Absolute Apparel. You know, I've been up here for, weeks kind of talking a little bit about what we do, but just a little bit about me. So I was born in Brisbane, moved to the Gold Coast when I was 2. So our family was all brought up here on the Gold Coast, and back then it was really just like a little seaside town back then. You're killing it, like the video. Anyway, I'll keep going, otherwise we'll run out of time. Yeah, so born and bred on the Gold Coast, and actually my great grandfather and my great grandfather and my great grandfather used to farm cattle out at Coomera on the Coomera River, and used to ferry cattle over to Stradbroke Island back in the day. So there is actually a street in Coomera that goes down to the river called Hargraves Road, and that's named after our family. So just a bit of Gold Coast trivia for you there. So I was a hairdresser for 22 years before we started this business. And I've moved from the Gold Coast. I spent some time, 8 months living in Cairns, and I actually moved to Mount Isa and had nearly 6 years in Mount Isa. And that was very interesting as a hairdresser there, let me tell you. I thought I'd be going out doing little old lady sets all day, but the people there have got money and they know all the magazines. They are all over everything. They do everything with the latest fashion. They're just incredible. So that was an awesome experience for me. I moved back to the Gold Coast once my brother started having babies, because I wasn't having babies of my own and I wanted to be a big part of his kids' life. And that's the 3 of them there. They're all way bigger than me now, but I've been back on the coast for some time and have quite an active role in their family. And that's a photo of beautiful downtown Mount Isa. It's really pretty at night, not so much during the day. Night is the only time to get a photo there. And so in 2004, with my parents and my brother, we decided to start a business. My dad had been in business for a long time, and he spent most of his life buying businesses that weren't doing so well, building them up and selling them. And so he was looking for something. I was kind of sick of 12-hour days on my feet. So we decided to collaborate and go into something. So after some investigation, we actually started Absolute Apparel from scratch. We found at the time on the Gold Coast, unless you had a team of say 10, you couldn't get any service for uniforms. You could buy them, but you couldn't get any great customer service. So we decided to come into the market with that idea, which we did, and we certainly had a lot of learning on the way. Everything we've done and where we've come has all been from our own learning experience, and all the experience we've got now, we learnt ourselves or pulled in by other people. So then in 2010, the challenge wasn't on anymore for my dad, because he'd built it to as far as he wanted to build it and he wanted to get out. My brother wanted to take his family and travel around Australia, so we bought the business out. And so that's kind of the end of about me and the beginning, I guess, of how Absolute Apparel started and where we are now. So we have a team of 6, including myself, and collectively we have over 40 years experience now in the uniform industry. And as a team, our goal is always to work with our customers, so our end goal is that their team love the uniform that they're wearing. And we always say we want them to feel like an Olympian when they pull on their uniforms to go and perform. They go and perform at their best because they love representing their country, they love wearing the uniform, and we want your team to feel that way when they put their uniform on to represent your business. So that's what we always try and have as the end goal when we're talking with a new customer.
Where's their uniform?
Sorry?
Where was their uniform?
The team.
The team didn't have the uniform.
Casual team Friday.
No, they're actually all in one of our uniforms. They were just all taken on different days. So why work with us? Why are we different? So the first reason, Glenn, so we consult our customers first. We really find out why they want to put their team in the uniform, how they want their team to present, and what image they want to put forward to their customers. Secondly, after that consultation and we find out what they want and what they're looking for, we actually go on site with a whole bunch of samples that fit their brief. We give them advice on how to, when they're selecting, how to select to cater for everyone's taste that is in their company. Obviously, the more people they have, the different opinions, the different tastes that they have. So we try and cover everybody during that consultation. Once we have the approval to go ahead, we will actually order in every single uniform, in every single size, the exact uniform that they're going to be putting their team in, and we will go and size their team. We'll do that personally, and we will also organise any alterations that need to be done at that time, so when that person gets their uniforms, they fit them perfectly. One item doesn't fit everyone perfectly, so we like to make sure it does. That's all part of the end goal of having everyone love their uniforms. No other provider on the Gold Coast will do that. No one. Phone them all, ask them. They won't do it. So once the products arrive in our store and before they go for alterations, we quality check everything. So we have staff full-time that are dedicated to quality check. They check the manufacturing of the garment, make sure that this seam is actually sewn properly and it's not going to pull apart in 2 weeks. They check that all the fabric doesn't have slubs in them or faults in the fabric, and they measure every single garment to make sure that they are within tolerance of the specifications of the manufacturer. No other provider on the Gold Coast does that. We then proceed with and have the alterations done. No other provider on the Gold Coast does that. And then as far as the logos go, we send our customer logo proofs to make sure they're happy with the size, the colours, everything about it. No decoration is completed or started until our customer is 100% happy. If that means giving them an actual physical sample of their logo so they can check everything, that is absolutely what we'll do. And then finally, when everything's all sorted and we're getting ready to dispatch or deliver the orders, we'll pack everything individually for each team member with their name on it. This just helps our customer at the end, instead of diving through all the uniforms and trying to work out who ordered what in what size, they just hand them out and it's nice and easy. So it's just a few little things that we like to do to make sure that that goal that we've got at the end actually, for our customers, actually helps and resonates for them. And then finally, we promote our customers on our social pages. So once they've done an order with us, we're more than happy to share any posts that they have, and our client appreciation we always have on a Friday on all of our social posts. So that's how you can contact us, and that's me.